Hess. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I've been blowing glass for 11 years. Self-taught.
So, honestly, I'm self-taught too. Right. So, it's hard for me to answer this question. So, what or who got you into glasswork? Borrow work, if you did work before that.
I was a glass collector first. So, my local town of Jacksonville, Florida, there wasn't a lot to choose from. But at the time, Micah Evans was living there. And a lot of people know him as Emmy, Micah Evans. I had collected several of his heady pieces that just
I know exactly
totally
who you're talking
blew
about.
me away. And as soon as I saw him, and I was a photographer for 20 years, and digital came out to kind of ruin photography for me. And I just wanted to find a new art form that I could explore and, it travel around rather than just a picture that hangs on the wall and you're happy if somebody looks at it for 2 seconds and goes, oh, that's a cool picture.
Well, not that my opinion matters to anybody, but I think you're doing a pretty good job at it.
Right on, bro. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Who are a few people in the industry that you admire and why?
Right on. I admire a ton of people, but off the top of my head, some of my favorites, Scott Deppy, Banjo. I'm gonna go back from where I started. Banjo, Scott Deppy, Ivan, Ease, Gasp, Mouse. I'm going way back.
Yeah.
AK, and up to date, a ton of guys. The whole Colorado crew, the Shackman crew, Adam G, Ubatuba.
Name them all, kid. Seriously, get them out there. If you respect them, get them out there.
I respect so many. We don't have the time to cover them all. Worm. Mad respect for Darby, for Buck. I'm moving to Oregon shortly from Florida to be with those guys, the DC crew, Nate with Euphoria Glassworks, all very good people, family-oriented people, good people to be around, positive vibes.
What do you really like to make out of glass that you don't make a whole lot?
Well, I like to make inlines. That's my deal because that's what I personally like to use. And that's my daily driver, as I like to say. And I like to make a lot of inline tubes and bubblers, but what I don't make a lot of that I should make more of is probably tubes that aren't inline. It's just a regular beaker bottom tube. It's just something I haven't gotten into, but something I definitely need to explore. And solid work, I need to get a lot more into solid work. I'm probably like 85% hollow right now. So I definitely need to explore the solid field. And I'm going to definitely explore the solid work with hanging around with Darby and Buckmore.
So who do you work / collab with doesn't really apply because you've been out in Oregon for a while. And
exactly.
And
well,
working with a bunch of people. So
well, the last collabs I did was Tricky and with Jeremiah Kern.
Okay. Yeah. Last question to your fans that might be now or to come. What do you got to say to them?
Mad love for coming into our community and respecting our artists and buying our work and paying for our houses and for us to come to all these events and meet each other because we're all across the country and we talk almost every day on Facebook, but we don't get to meet each other. So it's great to be able to collab and meet each other, and thank you so much for buying our work, and thank you so much for buying my work. Appreciate that very much, and thank you, OG, for the interview.
Thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, man. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Hamm. I'm from Eugene, Oregon.
How long have you been blowing glass?
I've been blowing glass about 13 years.
What or who got you into doing boral torch work?
When I was a kid, I was really into glass. I had glass collections and things. And one time saw some guy at a county fair or something doing little granny crafts, teddy bears and unicorns and shit. And I pretty much knew that. That's why.
Who are a few people in the industry that you admire and why? Whether they're from 10 years ago and you don't even hear them anymore, or whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Really, I have a lot of admiration for all those people who are just alone in their garage or their basement, not really concentrating on who their heroes are and who to emulate, just teaching themselves to blow a lot of glass and really like making the changes in the industry. That's where real innovation comes from.
What do you like to make that you really dig, but you don't make it a whole lot?
I've made a lot of things that are really awesome that I will probably never make again. I've got a lot of great things in the past that will never be seen again. So.
Like what? Like for me, I should do more goblets because they go right out the door, but I just don't do goblets very often. I do like maybe one a month, so.
It's kind of hard for me to narrow it down. I've really made a lot of different things.
Who do you work with?
Oh, right now my shop mates are Mike Philpott, who's just one of my best friends, and blows amazing glass. And my friend Batman just moved in, and I've got another shop mate who does screen printing. That's who I'm working with now.
Right on. To look in the camera, to your fans that might see this, what do you got to say to them?
What do I have to say to them?
What do you have to say to your fans?
Keep busting it out.
Is there anybody you can think of that you haven't got to collab with that you might like to because you really dig their style?
Yeah, there's a lot of people I would love to work with, but I'm kind of a workaholic, and I don't really ever take time to go to other people's shops or do any of those things. So, I don't know, the list is pretty long, I guess.
Can you name any of them?
Oh, I don't really want to like pick 3 and leave out 20, you know? Like,
I got you on
that's
that
not
one.
very cool.
Cool, that's it.
Yeah.
Alright, my name's Tina. I'm from Fort Collins, Colorado, and I have been glassworking for about, 5 years as a hobby, but only like since October full time, so it's going pretty good.
What or who got you into doing glasswork?
This guy named Travis Bradkey, he taught me very few things, and then I went off and I got my own torch and just went for it full blast, and just like started learning from anybody I could learn from and taking classes anywhere I could. Traveled out to Portland, took a class out at Glass Alchemy and did a colorworking class.
Nice.
Did AGI 3 years in a row, and just travel and learn as much as I can and just go for it, you know?
Who are a few people in the industry that you admire and why?
Anybody that's a hard worker and is inventive.
But you can't give me any names of people you really dig their work?
I mean, I really dig Ghost work because he does a lot of skulls, and I love the way he makes them look realistic. I like Micah Evans' work. He's got some really sweet stuff. Just really clean, nice lace work. And there's this spider piece that I really like here at the show. And I like Adam G and Uba Tuba's stuff, and just everybody that is out there doing their thing and has their own style, pretty much.
Hold on. What do you like to make out of glass that you don't really make very often, but you really dig the pieces when you make them?
I've been dabbing it with more stuff with like horns and wig bags and stuff, and I like to do that, but I don't get enough chance to. I like to do anything that's not production, I guess. But I enjoy doing production too. It pays the bills, and some days you rock it and it flows good, and other days you're just like, this sucks, but I gotta do it.
My problem is.
Who do you work with?
I work alone.
Solo?
I own my own torches and kiln, and just got my 2 little K tanks, and I just work off. I probably fill those about 4 or 5 times a week.
who would you really dig doing collab work with that you may not even have even met in person, but you just respect their work so much that you'd love to do a collab with them if you had a chance?
I'd like to do a collab with Big Z, and like I like to collab with Joel. He's really good at assembling things, and I'm not good at building bigger stuff, and I can do smaller trinkets and stuff. So anybody that's really good with assembly, I guess. I'm open to collabing with anybody. We recently did that Skullberg collab piece with me and 5 other girls, and all of them have been working glass longer than I have, and so I really had a great experience with that. I really like collabing with chicks. I mean, I'd like to collab with one of these chicks here, Ginger or Lace Face. That'd be sweet, you know?
Oh, yeah. All right, last question.
Okay.
Look in the camera. To your now fans or future fans, what do you got to say to them?
If you want to do something, just go for it full blast and don't hold back. And rock on.
Cool.
That's all I gotta say, I guess.
Thanks, sis.
Hello, my name is Shawn. I've blown glass for 16 years. I am from Hollywood, California, and I'm here to represent for Los Angeles.
What or who got you into doing glass work?
A kid named Dig It Dave from Dead Tour back in '95. He learned from Bob.
Snodgrass?
Yeah.
Who are a few people in the industry that you really admire and why?
Brock, because we started out together, and he is an amazing glass blower. He's pushed some innovative stuff. Jason Lee, for sure, old school friend of mine, always holding it down. Bob Snodgrass for being the originator of the glass pipe, basically, and pushed the, bubbler, and he invented the bubbler and sidecars and a lot of different stuff that we do now.
What do you like to make out of glass that you just don't end up making very often?
I like to make marbles and stuff. I don't really do too many marbles anymore. A lot of pieces mostly. Perfume bottles, decanters, more art stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Who do you work with or collab with? Or
I work with Sheldon Black. I did collabos with Roar. We did the Roar Custom line there for about 3 years. Did the section work for Roar Custom. I didn't actually put them together on the lathe. A couple other friends of ours did, but did the sections for those pieces. And currently I work with Dope Ass Distributors and with myself and Dementia. Always repping the Dementia crew. They always take care of us here in LA.
If you had a chance to, and you can take a couple seconds to think about it, but if you had a chance to, who would you really dig collabing with? Whether you've met them or not? And why?
The two people maybe probably I'd like to collab with the most are AK and Gateson, because they have the similar style that I do, and I really like Gateson's stuff. And AK obviously has been doing it since way back in the day. I've always seen his glass around since long before I started blowing glass, and respected him as his work as an artist.
All right, last question. Look into the camera, and to your past fans and future people that might not know your name yet, but they're going to be your fans here soon, what do you got to say to them?
Thank you for the support, and and collecting my work. I mean, I couldn't do it without my fans, basically. So thank you.
Right on, man.